We are playing around in the kitchen today and we are making something very Japanese inspired. We are making a very juicy, very bouncy, and very tender Japanese style hamburger steak. And we are also making homemade udon noodles with a very creamy mushroom sauce. And we will do everything from scratch just for you using my new KitchenAid 6-quart stand mixer. And I will start off with my udon noodles. It's very simple to do. All we need is our flour. We're using all-purpose flour. Here, I will just add my water to my flour and salt. So, I may need to adjust the water a little bit depending on the consistency of my mixture. Clip it on and add my hook and lift it up and we're ready. Alam ko every baker's dream is to have a KitchenAid at home. Eto siya. This is going to be so fun for me because not only am I using the stand mixer, but I have other toys to go along with it as well. So we're just waiting for our dough to come together, and little by little that is happening. This size is really perfect if you are really like a serious baker or serious cook kasi medyo malaki na yung capacity niya. And because this is heavy duty, you don't have to worry. You know that it can handle the job very well. Like this very dense dough which we'll make into our udon. And we're done. All you have to do is let it rest, wrap it up in plastic, and roll it out in our pasta roller. Can we make our own burgers from scratch using chunks of meat? Yes, we can with our KitchenAid. And the best thing about our KitchenAid is that you can transform it into other gadgets like this meat grinder, which you can also use to stuff your sausage with another attachment. And I will start off turning on my machine and slowly grind my beef. Look at that, perfect. Ideally, if you really want quality burgers or quality sausages, you grind your own meat because you're in control of the quality of the meat and the percent of fat you use because fat is very important when making stuff like this. So this is my beef. I'm using brisket with a bit of beef fat here. So this is 600 grams of beef. I will also add my onions. So this is my bacon. More bacon. Be sure everything's there. And here we have our minced pork and minced beef. And we're done. If you're really serious about cooking and baking, you really have to have the right tools in your kitchen. So having a KitchenAid, which is very reliable, this will last you a lifetime. You know, it's very important when making burgers or making sausages that you have the right amount of fat. Without the fat, it won't be juicy, it won't be flavorful. But if you don't want fat, you are also in control, and that's the advantage of doing everything yourself. You can eliminate what you don't want, and you can add what you want. And let's make our binder. We will mix everything together, but before that, let's make our binder. So we have breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, and cream. Mix all this. So you want the breadcrumbs to absorb the egg, the liquid from the egg, and the cream. Now it's time for me to transfer my ground meats to my bowl. Simpol, careful. Be sure that your meats are properly chilled. I will add to this garlic powder, a bit of Japanese soy sauce for flavor and a bit of umami, and my secret ingredient, baking soda. It will give it a very nice texture. So what I do now is I will put my hook attachment and we want to emulsify. So what we want to do here, we want to emulsify our burgers. Now, mix together. Little by little, let it come together. Have to scrape the sides. so that we know that everything is properly incorporated. Actually, what I really like about the KitchenAid is that it's power. Yun talaga yung gusto ko sa KitchenAid. It's very powerful. So let's just mix that all together. Once it's already well incorporated, we will add our binder. Combine egg, breadcrumbs, and cream. And I will also add a bit of black pepper and salt. Now, let's again combine everything. Mix everything until we have a homogeneous mixture. We want everything to come together. Be very nice, very bouncy, and very juicy. Stop every now and then to scrape the bottom and combine. And we are done, and I will show you. And look at that. We have a very nice sticky mixture. This is what we want. You can't achieve that by hand. Yan, no? Pag ginamay mo yan, hindi mo kakayanin to. And now, it's time for us to mold our burger patties. Just scoop it out and press it down to our molds. I'm just using a bowl, and I will just fix the shape later on. Be sure to have clean hands all the time. We are making around 6 of these. Around 200 grams per serving. And the last one, here it is. We're done. Now, let's shape it into patties. Look at that. Very nice, very smooth. So, you really need the power of a very good mixer to be able to achieve this texture. Ito. So, there are two things when you're cooking. One is really the quality of your ingredients, and second is technique. So technique can sometimes be achieved with the right equipment. So if you do this by hand, you won't be able to achieve the right consistency and texture. That's why we need a very reliable mixer to achieve this. And it's still cold, no? So you're very careful not to warm up your meat. Now, it goes to the chiller. So we are using potato starch for this. You can really play around with your KitchenAid, creating all sorts of stuff. So now I'm rolling out my udon noodles. Developing the gluten further so it becomes very elastic and chewy. Fold. One more time. Now I will just dust my noodles very generously, and I will just roll them up and cut into strips. So you can now make your noodles and pasta from scratch at home. This isn't traditional, but it's fun and delicious. Toss. Now, let's cook our pasta. Salt. And when you make your own fresh pasta and noodles, it cooks quickly compared to dried pasta or noodles. This one will take around 3 to 4 minutes. Beautiful. Ice bath. Our noodles are done. And our burgers are properly chilled. And if you want it to be smoother, this is the perfect time to smoothen them out more. Look at that. Very nice, very thick, and it's going to be very juicy and flavorful. Let's fry our hambagu. Deep fry. Yan. let's exchange places and I will work on the sauce for our pasta, butter, mushrooms, cream. For an Asian touch, we are adding a bit of oyster sauce, everything together, and grate some cheese. Now let's add our homemade udon noodles and let's see how it turns out. Toss, 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 toss. Black pepper. Look at our burger. Oh, beautiful. If you're enjoying our experiment today, you would probably want to subscribe to the Chef Tatung YouTube channel. And let's have fun together. And don't forget to click the bell button to get notified for our recipes and experiments just like this. Juicy, look at that. Plate, look at that. Bago done. Rest, black pepper, ready to plate. Barbecue sauce, or katsu sauce, on top. Very nice. Just a bit of dried parsley, and top with bonito flakes. Amazing! And look at that. I think we've achieved something today. It looks good, but we have to taste if the flavors work together. And of course, life was made easier with our KitchenAid Stand Mixer. First and foremost, I want to check the hambagu. It's properly cooked and properly rested. It's topped with a bit of Asian barbecue sauce or katsu sauce, and we have a bit of bonito flakes. Put that aside, and let's slice. Juicy, 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 and very flavorful with our mix of beef and bacon. I want to show you. Oh my God, look at that! It's perfect! First, I will taste my udon. Let's see. Looks good. Oyster sauce and cream. Who would have thought? Now, it's time for me to taste the burger. Show you the texture. Beautiful. Perfect. But does it taste good? Let's see. Wow. And here it is, our recipe for today, our hambagu with udon in creamy mushroom sauce. Try it at home!